Hello and welcome, Pauleh here, and I'm here in my town. I've been doing a bit of pondering on what style of house I should do. Well, what theme I want this city. Honestly, I'm not 100%, but I'm a huge Warhammer fan, and I don't know if any of you have played Warhammer online or read any of the books or the tabletop game or know anything about, any of it. But there is a faction in the Warhammer fantasy game called the Empire, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm just going off Warhammer Online, and I really like the theme of their city. The styles of their houses look absolutely stunning. Well, maybe not stunning, but it looks pretty cool when they're all together. So I was thinking I want to try it. Now I look around, I see, well, gee, there isn't that much room, but I don't think it matters too much. In fact, I was going to build one there, but now that I look at it, I need to have one more reconnoitre around here, because I don't know how far these NPCs will spread out. That is the thing. Now, because the idea will be to have them all boxed into the city, so hopefully they'll spread out. Now here, there's no point me building up here. Well, I can, but if that leads off into the ocean, which it looks like it does, then I can make this like a harbour over here. So, okay, that's good to know, that area. If I want to expand out either side, I can. I'm just going to have to start building up mountains, which isn't really a problem. I just want to get a rough idea before I start building, because these houses will not fit in, so I'm tempted to knock them all down and start anew. But since this is the centre part, I might make a town centre here. We will see. See, there's the blacksmith, he's still over there. And I could spread out that way, no problem at all, like with that. Okay, there's water that side. But I was wanting to make like a giant mansion for myself. But I do not know which side that's going to be. When I say mansion, I mean a fortress, a castle. But yeah, I could spread out that way, that's not a problem, that's good to know. And this way, this is all buildable, I just have to smooth it out, which, to be honest, isn't much of a job. Perhaps I'll start harvesting resources to make TNT. Okay, so we could pretty well go any direction. Now, if the harbour was going to be over there, I'm not sure yet, I'll work it out. I suppose I could always make like a giant fortress or castle in the centre and then have all the rest built around it. We shall see, but if that is the case, I believe I'm free to build over here. And then what I'll do is I'll start working on the road. The only reason why I'm building here is because the NPCs are here. I don't care too much about the buildings that are already there. So, okay, we've got a nice flat piece of land here, fairly clear. Do I have a shovel? Of course not. That would be being organised. I'm going to use the current path as a idea on where I'm going to build. So I want it at least 2 back, let's say. So the plan's going to be, I don't know how big I want this either. So what we've got here. Yikes, that's me not paying attention. I did need to do one thing. I planned on using stone bricks for this build, and I was going to set them cooking before I started recording, but of course I've forgotten. So let's head over to Barry the blacksmith's place and use his forge. I don't have too much. That's not good. Okay, that can start cooking. I'm gonna have to get some more on the go in a bit. In fact, I'm gonna have to go get some more cobblestone. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the size done. I'm not 100% sure how big this is gonna be, so what I'll do is I'll finish up one side. Stupid grass. I'm really tempted to switch over to the John Smith texture pack because I'm pretty sure that would fit perfectly with what I want to do here. Because it's got a sort of rustic look to it. Now I can already tell this is way too big. Alright, let's try this. Wow, how wide we got here? Okay, I didn't count that at all. I lost count just at the end there, so I'm going to start filling it in anyway. I can always sort out the rest later. So this is going to be a basically this is going to be the skirting, as it were, the foundation. Inside, rather than having it an extra level up, we're going to have stone bricks going across the top, and in parts that's going to have wood and all sorts. So, but the floor inside will be wooden planks until I can scavenge me up some more wool and dye it and make some like carpets and such. That's actually a good way to measure stuff. This will be a two-story building once I'm finished. However, I'm needing stone bricks now, so we'll catch up once I have a few stacks cooked, so be right back. Okay, I've gathered up some more stone bricks. It's taken a while. I'm absolutely bored. Sadly, I believe one of my... I'm pretty sure I heard... Well, I don't know if... Well, I don't know, do they even make sounds? I heard something sound like it fell and hurt itself, unless that was me and I wasn't really paying attention, but now I've got full health. But I think I've lost one of my villagers. Oh well. My citizens might need to be animals. I'll just have to wait until Jeb adds in NPC breeding of, I suppose, to where they will just, you know, repopulate whatever area they currently possess. So you could basically make a city and expand it, because that would be pretty nice. But who knows. Anywho, the last of the stone here. 2 stacks, that should be more than enough. And I'm definitely thinking I'm going to go ahead and sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Use the John Smith just because it looks like it would fit this place so much better. Door, wood steps. Yes, because I believe that the road I might make cobble, I'm not sure yet, or it depends. I need to see what the John Smith texture pack looks like, because I don't think I like this gravel too much as a path, and I'd use cobble, but if I'm using cobble here, I want to break it up a little bit. So, where's the middle? Here's the middle. Hmm. Perhaps I can. See, this is going to look weird. So I'm going to want to do that there, get rid of that. Stick that there, that there. Nope, that looks weird. I'll work on that after once I've got this finished. Yeah, right now it doesn't look too good because of the texture pack. That's the problem when you use texture packs. I probably should have made this slightly wider just so it could have used 2 doors, but no problem. And right now I'm unsure what I want to do with the corners, if I want to use a wooden block or not. So I'm going to leave the corners bare. And we'll see how this turns out. Okay. So I don't know how high we're going to make this. Depends what goes in the corner here, but I never like having... Okay, there we go. So of course this is going to be glass. How high I do not know. How high would it need to be? Because we want a roof there, but at the same time we do not want the... Balancing this out is always a pain. So for this to not look weird, the windows need to be at least 2 high. And we can't have... There we go, I can do that. That will work, I think. We shall see. I'm going to need a name for the city, so I'm open to ideas. Keep in mind my gaming community is Ashes, Apocalyptic Gaming, so any name related to Ashes would be kind of cool. Although I don't know how easy that's going to be. So okay. I'm probably going to do some changes here, because that's too much stone, at least with this texture pack. Possibly use some wood somewhere. So, okay. Now this is where it gets slightly more interesting with what I wanted to do. Well, castle light's not that interesting, but I need to get up there. And this dirt block's going to help me. So, I'm not 100% sure on how this is going to work, to be totally honest. But let's have a look. The question is, how far out do we want this? I think 1 would be enough, 2 would be excessive. See, the second floor is always bigger than the first floor on the homes I'm picturing. So I don't know how I would go about doing this. So if that was one out, then I'm going to have 1 more block out here. Indeed. Now I could just make it... Although I could build straight on top of here, but that might look slightly odd. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try something because I believe it's gonna be too odd otherwise. So let me just go ahead and clean this mess up. So okay, we got this going on here. Now I would like, even though the floor is going to be wooden, I would definitely like... So where's the middle? There's the door. So, hope it's getting dark, but I should be safe up here. So this will be the divider. Maybe have the second floor made out of wood, because that would be slightly different to what I'm used to building with. And on top's going to be a sloped roof, so I'll have to work that in. But I really need to fix this bit. What am I going to do in these corners? Well, I've got some... I do have some wood. Now, do we want the dark wood or the light wood? I'm going to use regular until I see what the John Smith texture pack looks like, unless I get some overwhelming responses in YouTube that people don't want me to, but we shall see. It shouldn't affect my builds that much. I must admit, when I did try John Smith for the brief amount of time I gave it a shot, it was nice, it was dark, but I did like the look of it. It was very like rustic, as I said earlier. Doku Craft continuation project, it's very bright, which is good, but and the textures are good, but I don't know, I'm starting to feel like some of these new textures that have been added to the pack, even though they're really good, just, I don't know, they don't really fit with, at least in my mind, with what Doki was doing. Now, this is my favourite stone brick texture, but it doesn't fit here, I don't know why, but it could just be me, so who knows, who cares. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do a bit more work on this, try and get this front to the top part done, because I'm kind of unsure how I want it, so bear with me. Okay, I haven't done much. I've kind of had to stop and look at it. Now, I've looked at some reference pictures of what these houses look like, and I think I'm doing it wrong. So what I'm gonna do is wait till next episode, and hopefully I'm gonna boot up the John Smith texture pack, because to be honest, that is one of my favourite. Well, after Doku Craft, it's probably my second favourite texture pack. I don't actually use it much, but the brief time I did, I don't know, it just clicked. Everything clicked together. And so what I'm going to do is give it another butchers once I have the texture pack in place, because I like to work with the textures and build as I go. And right now, these textures don't look like they match up at all. And I think what I need to do is make this a bit lower. It doesn't need to be that high, otherwise it looks kind of weird. I could be wrong. We'll see. I might even brick up the windows. I'm not sure. So that's what I got in store. I apologise for another bland video, but I like to keep everyone updated with my progress on this, because this is going to be a pretty big thing once I get it going. It's just trying to get this down this one little pane. I mean, it's already taken shape somewhat, and I can picture it in my head, and having lots of these spread throughout this place will look really good. And I'm gonna have to tear all this down, but we'll see. So thank you for watching. Pauleh.com for my blog, and asheshq.com for all of the gaming community with our Minecraft server. Goodbye.